Real people, real opinions.
Real Talk Radio. The multi-award winning Niall Boylan Show.
Ireland's classic hits.
I want to talk about pornography. And I personally believe pornography is healthy. It obviously enjoyed by a loving couple or enjoyed by adults who are of sound mind. And provided, of course, the pornography you're watching is legitimate and legal and it's consenting by the people who are acting in the pornography. In most cases, it is. Some of it is kind of homemade stuff, I suppose, that people put online. But the problem nowadays is children have access to pornography. When I was a kid, we didn't have access to pornography. I got excited at the age of 12 when I seen a Mayfair magazine and I seen a naked lady and I thought this is the best thing I'd ever seen in my life. But nowadays, kids can see full-on sex, hardcore sex at 11 or 12 years of age on a mobile phone, even younger, because people stupidly buy smartphones for young children. The point is pornography is dangerous for children because it gives young boys an unrealistic expectation of what type of sex girls enjoy. It also can give girls an unrealistic expectation of how well boys can perform. And I want to be fair to boys. This shouldn't be sexist because all the time we hear about the unrealistic expectation of girls. There's an unrealistic expectation of men too when it comes to pornography. Most men can't make love for 2 hours or 3 hours. They just can't. Most men don't look like porn stars. So, because you got to remember, these porn movies are edited to make it look like it lasts a lot longer, to make it look like there's a lot more going on, if you know what I mean, in the money shot, so to speak. So most people are not like porn stars. We're more like the amateurs in those movies. So there's an unrealistic expectation on both parties to behave in a certain manner. And particularly when you're talking about hardcore stuff. So young boys, when they see this, they think, oh yeah, that girl will enjoy it if I pull her hair and slap her across the head while I'm having sex with her, because the girl in the movie loves it. And that's not really what it's like in real life for most people. Some people might enjoy that, and that's fine, provided it's consensual. So the argument is, should we ban pornography completely to protect children? Because do we really need it as adults? We don't need it. We enjoy it. We don't need it. So should we ban it because of the damage that it does to children? And there's no doubt the damage it does. I read a story there before the break about a 14-year-old who raped his 8-year-old sister. And he did it because he said he was duplicating and copying what he had seen in pornography. He got 5 years detention. But he did that because of what he's seen in porn. Now, he is beyond the age of criminal responsibility, which is 12 years of age in this country. But I'm asking you, should we ban pornography? The number is 087 188 0008. It's a theoretical question, technically speaking, but we could certainly try, and we could reduce the amount of pornography that's available by making it inaccessible to, say, get onto Pornhub, which would be the biggest pornography website, and a few other ones that are fairly big. We could make them inaccessible from our smartphones by geolocation. Now, there's ways around that for the clever people, but still, most people are not that clever. So should we ban it? Let me go to Susan. Susan, you're on Ireland's Classic Hits Radio.
Niall.
Hi, Susan.
How are you keeping? How's things?
Good, Susan. It's been a little while since we spoke. Yeah.
Yes, everything good with you? Well, I do be busy, you know.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I get busy myself every now and again.
Yeah, I know. Now, I know I'm going to get backlash for saying this, but I think a lot of things have been banned. You know, years ago you had books that were banned, so you couldn't go into Easton's and buy a book that you wanted. And, you know, with the COVID, the way things were, and I know I shouldn't mention that, everything was banned. You weren't allowed to do this, you weren't allowed to do that. So now they want to ban this off the phone because kids are going to get to it. Well, I just don't think that kids need to have a phone to be going and looking at porn. They need to be outside playing in the fresh air.
I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah.
And I think phones might be used as a bit of a babysitter. And I know parents might say, hang on a second, because it's handy for the kids to be looking at phones, but not for them to be looking at porn. Now, I know that boy you were saying about the 14-year-old boy, that's a very unfortunate thing that happened. But you do hear
But it's more than unfortunate. It's tragic. He raped his 8-year-old sister.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's fairly rough, isn't it, Niall?
Oh, stop.
But, you know, these things are happening from the beginning of time, you know?
Yeah, but imagine either one of those is your child. And, you know, he's 14. He's only a child. And
yes.
He's seen these porn movies. This is what he told the court. He's seen these porn movies. And he said he was copying what he's seen in the movies. And he's only a child himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
Now, don't get me
doesn't know
wrong.
that
He's beyond the age of criminal responsibility and has to take responsibility for what he did. But I have a level of understanding.
Yeah, I know. It's an awful, unfortunate thing that happened. It really is. You know, like those two boys that tortured the young boy in England. You know, and I know maybe I'm not supposed to mention that kind of stuff right now, but that's unfortunate. But I don't believe in banning something because people are saying, "Oh, somebody might go along and watch that."
With that story that you referred to,
that's
okay. With that story you referred to, Jamie Bulger, of course, they were copying what they saw in a movie, which was the Chucky. Remember the Chucky movie, the little doll, and they were copying and they banned the movie because of it.
Oh, okay. So banned it a bit, closing the door when the horses bolted.
Well, yes, and by the way, there was nothing wrong with the movie. It was a horror movie, and it was meant for adults, so the kids shouldn't have been watching it in the first place.
Yeah, I know, but kids get their hands on things, and I suppose, like that boy got his hand on the porn movie and saw that and thought, okay, this is what I'm going to do now. And pick somebody so vulnerable.
And have you? If it's not a personal question, would you watch porn?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I would have done, Niall, back in the day.
You don't
back
bother.
when I was a young girl.
You wouldn't bother
back
now.
in the good old days. I was young then.
The good old days. You wouldn't watch it now, no?
No, Niall, it wouldn't really do anything for me now. I hate to say that.
Right, okay.
But it wouldn't, you know. I don't know, the menopause and all that. It's not going to really do anything for me now.
Doesn't put the spark in you anymore, no.
No, unfortunately not now. But I think like years ago, you get the Blu-ray movies, wouldn't you? You get them under the counter.
Oh, right, yeah, the videos.
Blu-ray is doing great in Asia now. And, you know, that was, you get the videos. So people are going to get them. And I think to ban something, that's going to make it more attractive.
Because it's taboo.
Yeah, you know, you're not allowed to do it. So like during the COVID, you weren't allowed to go 5 kilometres. Well, I was going past that 5 kilometres.
Yeah.
You know?
So were most people, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought I was the only one.
I think most people kind of chanced their arm, didn't they? It was a stupid. It was a stupid rule, anyway. It was. I mean, it's been proven now. The science has proven that it actually made that those kind of stupid rules made no difference. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean now. That's the whole thing with banning stuff. Like, you're not allowed. Rules are made to be broken. Now, I know.
Well, they say bad laws are made to be broken, yeah. But, I mean...
We're talking porn. I know that's dangerous.
Well, then what about...
And I don't want to start advertising porn is okay for kids. Jesus
no, it's not
Christ,
okay. Could we... Well, if we could ban it... If we could ban it for under 18s by making sure that people provided identification before they could log into the site by producing a passport or driver's license as you would with a banking app, would that be okay then? If we made it over 18s,
yeah, exactly, Niall. Yeah, spot on.
Yeah.
So then it's not like that Grand Theft Auto.
I know. Wow. Yeah.
You weren't allowed to go on that, but youngsters will go on it.
Well, the majority of people who play Grand Theft Auto are under the age of 18. Yet, yes, it is an over 18s game.
Yeah.
But that's parents' fault because they buy it for little Johnny and Mary.
Oh, well,
do you know what I mean? That's their fault.
Here's that parent. So, no,
you bought Grand Theft Auto for him?
I did.
How old was he when you bought it?
I was young. He was young.
How young?
But I was in his teens, you know.
So was he Susan, I don't understand this. Now, maybe I'm just a goody-goody two-shoes parent, right?
You are, probably.
No, I'm not really. I'm not.
But,
okay, but, like, for example, would you bring him to see... I'm trying to think of a good over-18s movie.
He wants to go to Amsterdam.
How old is he?
17.
Give him a year. I mean...
Yeah.
Would you give him a pack of cigarettes? When he was a teenager at 13 or 14, would you have given him a pack of cigarettes? No, you wouldn't. Would you give him a pint of beer?
Thing.
What?
He's smoking that.
He's 17 now. I'm just saying, when he was 13 years of age, would you bought him a pint of beer? No, you wouldn't. Would you brought him to see an over 18s movie in a cinema? No, you wouldn't. So why would you buy him a game, Grand Theft Auto, when he was 13 or 14 years of age? Why, like?
Well, because you couldn't, he wouldn't be able to get. Well, it was all the rage. Maybe he was a little bit older, Niall. You know,
I'm just curious. You know, 'cause you know the game. You know the game has hookers and everything in it and lap dancers.
Yeah. I know. I didn't really. I thought it was. You know, I said, how can you normalise that? It was stopping at traffic lights and getting out of the car, and then you'd bump somebody off, and then you'd take off in the car and rub cars and all that kind of stuff.
You know, I think one of them. I think I could be wrong. One of the missions is to kidnap a prostitute and dump her in the back of the car and bring her up to the mountains and bury her or something like that.
My God!
Or that could be the other one, Red Dead Redemption.
Still alive,
it's one of them.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm saying is that they're fine for adults because adults understand it's not real life, but for children find it difficult, even at 13 or 14, to differentiate between real life and pretend life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I know exactly. Yeah, that's what I was saying to him. Nick, how can you normalise that? And then he'd look at me and say, Mummy, how can I normalise this? Kind of laughing at me.
Yeah.
You know?
Anyway, back to pornography. You wouldn't sit him down and let him watch porn, would you, when he was 13?
Oh, God, no.
What do you mean, oh, God, no? You walk around talk to Otto for him. There's porn in that.
All right, but I thought it was like little animated kind of a thing.
They're still in the nip. They're still porn, isn't it?
Oh, right, I didn't see that part.
Well, hang on. Let me just go to Mickey, ironically named. Mickey, you're on Ireland's Classic Hits Radio.
No, it was old.
How are you, Niall? You sort of caught me off guard there. I got the random calls.
Yeah, okay, Mickey, go on. So, Mickey, should it be banned?
I don't think it should be banned. I think there should be maybe... I think it stems from the parents. Like I've a couple of kids as well myself now, and I have a young lad that's turning a teenager, and he doesn't have a phone. You know, he doesn't have a phone, and he wouldn't have access to this. You know.
Yeah. And
I think more control down to the parents. I think
it is, but mind you, even though he hasn't got his phone, his mates have one. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, you understand, yeah. And obviously at that kind of age, look, we're all young ourselves, and we know that you know, your mind starts thinking about, and if you want to see stuff, not like back in our day, you had to go in and buy the
magazines.
Look at page 3 or something, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is he that old?
No, he's talking about when we were younger, Susan.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, his son isn't that old. The son, page 3, the son is gone now about 10 years, isn't it?
It's gone, that's right, that's correct, yeah.
It was now, in fairness, it was a bit corny. Do you remember page 3? There was always this 19 or 18-year-old girl topless on page 3, and her name was usually Mandy or Natalie, right? And it was
Mandy or Sandy.
Yeah. And no matter what happened was in the world, let's say, for example, the war in Ukraine, it'd be like, Natalie thinks Putin is evil, or something. There would be this caption beside it. It was going, and I was saying to myself,
she'd be wrapped in the Ukraine flag if it was going on now.
Yeah. And I'm looking at her going, Natalie doesn't give a shit about the Ukraine, and that you know. But anyway,
no.
Getting back to porn. But Mickey, I mean, is it necessary?
Well, it's like going back to, is sex necessary?
Well, sex is necessary because it's a human emotion, it's a human reaction, it's love, all that kind of thing, and it's entertaining and enjoying as well. But pornography is not the same as sex. Sex is real life.
Oh, well, I understand it, but how would I put it? How about if a single male or a single female, you know,
they use it for masturbation purposes. Their jolly's off. Yeah. See, I'm trying to think, you know, how do you protect children? Because there is no doubt that porn is having a damaging effect on children.
You're listening to Nighttime Talk with Niall Boylan.
With Recruit.ie. Download our job search app today. Search for Recruit.ie in your smartphone app store.
Ireland's Classic Hits Radio.
Sharon, you're on Ireland's Classic Hits Radio. How you doing, Sharon?
Good, Niall. How are you?
Good. Now, Sharon, pornography. I suppose it's a big bone of contention for some people. Some people enjoy it, some people don't. But certainly it isn't very beneficial for children, is it?
Well, that's what's on my mind, children. Mm-hmm. We've come a long way from magazine on the top shelf, you know.
Yeah.
I know that kids are seeing things that they shouldn't be seeing at their age, and that would worry me.
I mean, there was very little in those magazines in comparison to what's available online nowadays. You know, those magazines were a bit of nudity, the odd bit of intercourse, and that was about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't have to try hard to, you know, when you're out and about, you hear kids talking, you know, and it's a bit shocking. So, yeah, I think it should be banned.
I mean, is it fair for people to say, you know, well, hold on, you can't ban everything, you know, and that's not fair on adults who enjoy it, but is it for the greater good that you're getting rid of it?
Well, also now, with phones now as well, you know, it can become an addiction with a lot of people, and that's fine if it's, you know, in a healthy relationship, but if it excludes the partner, say, then it's not good, is it?
Yeah. No, it's not. I mean, sorry, Mickey, you're back there, yeah?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
I know.
was just listening there. I disagree there what she says, if it excludes the partner, it's not good. Sometimes one partner or the other partner might be in the mood.
Would you not wait?
Well, if it's the odd time, that's okay, but if it becomes a regular thing and the relationship kind of, you know, goes that the partner is excluded, then it should be addressed. The problem should be addressed.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Mickey, I'm well aware of situations where couples are in a situation where the guy is, you know, constantly whatever masturbating and is not having sex with his wife, or vice versa. You know, and then what happens is sometimes the wife is just not good enough anymore. The porn is better, it's more entertaining, or he gets off more of the porn because it's stuff that his wife probably doesn't do or something like that. So it can be damaging to a relationship as well. I'm not saying that it always is, because sometimes couples can watch it together and get great entertainment out of it and a few ideas maybe as well. But in some cases, it can be damaging to a sex life.
I disagree, and I have to disagree in that. I'm with a partner a good few years now, and we watch porn together. Yeah, we've got ideas. Sometimes we don't have sex, and sometimes don't. We went online. We've got sex toys for each other, and if one of us is in the mood, we've no problem with each other using sex toys. You know, and we see no
There's nothing
problem
wrong
with
with that. That's a couple in a healthy relationship. It's when it goes to the point where it's just one person and they say they're excluding their partner completely, then that wouldn't be a good thing, you know?
Right. But I think it's kind of good, like, what the whole point is about, should porn be banned altogether? I don't think it's down to if healthy couples that are legal age to watch it comes down to the reason why porn should be banned. I think the point is that porn should be banned because the younger generation of people, it's so easy access. Like, I've only one social media, which is Facebook, and the amount of stuff I see on there, they started that new thing, Reels or something.
Oh, yeah, and, stories and Reels,
all I keep saying is half-naked women coming up on it, you know? And these are the pages I've subscribed or liked or anything like that, and they just come up randomly. And that's, as I said, I don't partake in anything like the Snapchat or Instagram or anything like that. This is just on Facebook.
I know there was an interesting post on the New York Post. It was the Washington Times and the New York Post the other day, and they set up a fictitious account for a 13-year-old on TikTok. And the first 10 videos that were kind of, the analytics send you these videos based on what they think you would like, to a 13-year-old. Now remember, they put the age in as 13, were bulimia, body image, changing your gender. And some of the stuff, like completely inappropriate stuff for a child. And it's just shocking what children are being subjected to nowadays. And porn is part of that. TikTok was fairly safe when it came out first, but now it's turned into a bit of a free-for-all. Facebook, I think, are desperate to do business because people are losing touch with Facebook. I mean, it seems to be an older generation on Facebook now. It's all kind of Instagram and TikTok nowadays, isn't it? So they're trying anything. So they want to sensationalize. They want to shock. Now, I'm not saying they're suggesting that they have hardcore porn on it, but it does lead to people watching that kind of stuff. And when I see porn, Mickey, and I imagine, you know, a 13-year-old looking at that, they must be mystified by the whole thing and saying, like, imagine a little boy, you know, watching two people at it and a guy slapping a girl across the face and spitting at her or pulling her hair while he's, you know, giving it to her. And the little boy at 13 is looking at that going, oh, this must be what women like. And don't get me wrong, there are some women who probably do like that. But, you know, that's a consensual situation. But most women don't want to be slapped across the face during sex, or don't want to be choked, or don't want to be tied up, or whatever it is that they're doing in a hardcore porn movie. You know what I mean? It's unrealistic. And I don't want to be sexist about it. For the girl's point of view as well, there's expectation of men to have an erection for 2 hours. You know what I mean? Or to have, you know, a 12-inch penis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the expectations from young people seeing that, you know?
Of course, the expectation of a young person when they're watching this, how they say their mind is that young, they're going to see something, obviously. It's like monkey see, monkey do from back in the day. But it's funny because a couple of these conversations have been out on podcasts I listen to every day on Facebook. And there was one about where a form was put into school for, I think, 12 or 13-year-olds recently. And they were asking, did they know what an erection was? Did they know what sperm meant and all this? And it was being given to 12 and 13-year-old kids in the school. And there was a big debate about that. Well, should this be right?
I mean, Sharon, I feel sorry for kids nowadays because they're being bombarded with so much information, be it porn, be it violence, or whatever it happens to be. But there doesn't seem to be an answer to it. We don't seem to be able to stop it.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, I'm not for banning it altogether, but, and I said, yeah, ban it. It's because I'd be concerned about what kids are up against. Because you hear them, you hear them talking, and you know that they're not seeing good stuff, and they're not getting healthy messaging for when they start their life, sexual lives, you know, and partner life.
Yeah.
Well, I know when I grew up, I'm 40 now. I remember when I grew up, say, 13, 14 and that, and you'd be down maybe on a Friday night, you'd chip in with your mates, a bottle of cider and that, and you might meet a young one, as I say, you'd be down the alley and they'd be all having the chat the next day. Did you get the shift? Or did you get to see this kind of thing? But
yeah.
Nowadays, it's like you don't. It's different.
It is different.
I do get what they're saying there. I do understand. There's so much of it thrown in their faces.
Yeah, we thought it was great when we were 14. If you got a feel of a girl's bum, you know what I mean. We thought that was you were the business. Nowadays, unless you're having full on sex at 14, you're nothing. Yeah,
we used to go to disco and it was like, I got the shift and I got to grab her arse and you were the best man. And you're like,
It's all changed.
But I still think it's down to the parents to control it. There's so much out there at the minute that there's no way in hell that it's going to be banned. There's no way in hell that these social media sites are going to ban the likes of that, because that's what keeps their business going, basically.
But then what we need to do is we need to focus really hard on getting a message out to parents not to be buying smartphones for their 12-year-olds.
Yeah, my lad is 12 in June. He'll be 13 next year, and all of a sudden he won't be getting no smartphone until he's 16.
It's got to be hard.
I saw a young lad, if I can just let you cut across you, I saw a young lad in the shop. I was going in to get a cover for my phone the other day, and he looked about 10 or 11, and it was a big fuss. He was getting his first phone, and he walked out with his dad, and the dad said, "Here you are now, your first phone. What do you think?" And it was all excitement. And my heart just sank.
Yeah. I
just said, oh no, there goes his innocence.
I was going to say, there's another one gone, It's so sad when you see kids, going to school in the morning or whatever, and they're all walking with their heads down, looking into their phones.
The phone.
Yeah,
but I've noticed it when it's not even down to that. I've seen it when I've been picking up my children outside school. Parents, all their heads down in their phones while they're waiting for the kids to come out. So they're leading by example. They seem, because obviously we're in a technology age and everything is done over the phone now. You know what I mean?
And it's going to be worse when AI, which the real
AI, yeah.
when AI comes in, and
worse.
of course, and the VR glasses, which will be probably Apple, I think, are the first ones to bring them out. The real ones, they should be out for Christmas. They're going to be expensive.
Yeah.
It's going to be the gift to get. And this is going to do away with them holding the phones. They'll see it through their glasses. They'll be able to see their friends through their glasses.
They pay. You pay now. You just tap your phone and you pay with stuff. And I'm looking at people going, "What the heck are you at here?" Like, I still use cash, and I get if I get money into a bank account, I take out my money that I need to use instead of using even tapping a card. I'd rather because I'm able to keep count of it because I can physically see it. Mm-hmm. And now I see people all the time, they're tapping their phones and what the hell is going on? You know, it's changing and changing, but obviously I can't see it changing for the better.
Okay, hold on.
No, it's not changing for the better.
Hold on for a second, both of you. Let me just bring Joseph in as well. Joseph, you're in Ireland's Classic Hits Radio. How you doing, Joseph?
Hi, how are you?
Joseph, I mean, mobile phones, smartphones, pornography. Have we lost the race already? There's no point, really, is there, in discussing banning them or discussing doing something about it, because it's too late, isn't it?
Well, okay. The reality is it's going to come down to individual responsibility. And
yeah.
I'll make a prediction for you. All of this technology will lead to societal collapse. Total collapse.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
Yeah, I agree too.
Because you have the phone is AI driven, right? Okay, so you were talking about AI there, right? So AI is already being used on us, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And we're all victims of it, right? Whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
By the way, the health service is driven by AI as well. By the way, just in case you didn't know that. The AI decides whether you die or you get an operation now, right?
Well, yes, there is intelligent software that decides priority when it comes to, I suppose, healthcare. Yeah.
Well, Facebook is the same now. It's AI, if you say certain words on Facebook, you get automatically messaged saying, "No, that's not allowed."
But I'll take it down the rabbit hole deeper if you want me to.
Okay, come on. Well, I love your rabbit holes. I love the rabbit holes you go down, Joseph.
Yeah,
because I tell you, can I just tell my audience, by the way, that Joseph has been ringing this show for 12 years since I've been here, probably. And going back about 10 years ago, Joseph come on and start talking about, very soon, we'll all be locked up. We won't be able to go past 5 or 6 kilometres from our homes because there'll be a virus and it'll be a way of controlling people. And I went, yeah, where's your tinfoil hat, Joseph? And I used to think he was mad. And he used to tell me about a cashless society, and almost everything he said to me 10 years ago has come true. Now, don't get me wrong, Joseph, you still come out with some barmy ones, but maybe they won't. Maybe they won't be. Maybe they won't be barmy in 5 years. I don't know.
Josie, what's next week's lotto numbers?
I wish to God I knew that the AI could actually predict that.
Yeah. I wish we could get AI to predict it. Sorry, Joseph, but go on. I'm interested and intrigued by your predictions. Go on.
Well, sorry, I slightly lost my train of thought there. Basically, I said I'd take you down a deeper rabbit hole. So the people behind AI and pornography, by the way, they are two weapons that have been unleashed on us. I'll give you the example of pornography as a weapon. So when the Israelis invaded South Lebanon back in, was it 80s or 90s? Mm-hmm. It is in the 90s, a number of times. By the way, they unleashed pornography on the Lebanese. So they shut down all the channels and you only had 24-hour pornography. Now, you say, what? Now, the reason for that is, you see, if you... The elites that you people roll their eyes at, they call themselves the elite, the New World Order. They know that if they can break young men and wither them down doing useless stuff, they will control the world. and put women in positions of power. Now, the women are going to go crazy, the feminists here, but women are more susceptible to emotional stuff, and they pick the particular right one. So that's why you're seeing women being put in positions of power all right now.
Is it not just because they gain that power, Joseph?
No.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
you're delusional if you believe that.
Okay, well, I accept your opinion. Go on.
No, sorry, I'm not calling you delusional. Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you.
No, that's okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I shouldn't have done that. No, I would say, I'm sorry, it's not the case. This is not by accident. This is all by design. I'll give you a perfect example of it. Justine Ardeen in New Zealand was handpicked from way out. And then when she's now one of the most detested people going. And what do they use? Oh, you're a woman hater if you criticize her. Sorry, they're not criticizing her because she's a woman.
You're criticising her policies. Yes.
Yes, but the defence is
she was probably the most woke prime minister I've ever heard of in my life.
Yeah,
well,
she's
okay,
absolutely detested now.
Well, she is by a certain part of society, by the woke community. They loved her to bits, by the way.
Oh yeah. No,
did I hear at one stage that she agreed with abortion up to the day of birth?
Well, by the way, the former governor of was it South Carolina? Don't want to wrong. Virginia. Virginia was it? Anyway, I can't remember which one it was. North Carolina, South Carolina. He actually went on live on air talking about after birth abortion. So, by the way, they're all related. You say, well, what's pornography got to do with this? This is all a dehumanization, depopulation, demoralization.
Let me get very quickly, because I've got 2 minutes and I want to get to AI very quickly. Obviously, I was listening to Elon Musk recently, and he said that he was involved from the very start in AI, but he stepped away from it because he wanted it not for profit. And he stepped away from it when he seen certain people take control of it for profit. And now we have GPT chat. So people are using that now to do their thesis, to replace their education. And he has stepped away, and he now wants to get back involved again to make it more impartial AI, because AI is not impartial. AI has a narrative, and we all know that. So where do you see AI in 5 years?
Well, where do I see AI in 5 years? It's where AI is now. The technology is there now, so they're now unleashing it on us. So, for example, what the whole point of it is to get rid of human ingenuity. So they're unleashing this AI. You can go in now and basically cheat wholesale.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course you can. You can go in and do... I know people who are in college, in third-level education, who have done their thesis on AI. And in other words, none of it is actually theirs. AI has created it for them.
So I'll put it into real terms for you. So, right, do you want someone who's a surgeon who used that AI to pass his exams?
No, not at all.
Or do you want someone... Yeah.
And that's what I said to this particular person I was talking to who cheated to use AI. And I said, why did you do that? You're going to be a school teacher, and you're not clever enough to be a school teacher, clearly. Oh, no, I didn't get time to revise, so I just did. I go, yeah, okay.
But whatever about being you could say a school teacher, there's no lives of danger. But the reality is, this is the collapse of civilization. This is all by design. Pornography, AI, it's all, and the feminist movement was all designed and thought out. By the way, people should go read the writings of Huxley, and I've told you Darwin was involved in this originally, and the way.
Now, don't get me wrong. If we had more time, I could go right down the rabbit hole with you, Joseph, because I find it intriguing. I don't necessarily believe every bit of it, but I do find it intriguing, and over the years you've come up with a lot of stuff which initially I thought was mental, and then it came true. So I can't write you off anymore. That's what I'm going to...
Well, AI will be used. You're asking me where's the future with AI. AI will be used to stop you leaving your house.
Well, it's already doing that, isn't it? Involuntarily. In other words, when we look at how popular online shopping, say, has become, Amazon... You literally don't have to leave your house. You can buy your breakfast cereal on Amazon.
Yeah, that's at the moment being like a carrot. In the future, it will be purely the stick. And when the digital currency comes in,
we already have that in some countries where they're using what they call digital green credits. In other words, that you're not allowed. If you drive your car, you lose credits. If you get on a plane, you lose credits, and all that kind of stuff. And I've no doubt that seems to be the future.
Real people, real opinions, Real Talk Radio. The multi-award winning Niall Boylan Show.
Ireland's classic